So our lesson today makes me think of the line. He says, I choose the second place to gain the first. To remember, as he says here, I am forever an effect of God. I am forever an effect by God, effect of God. Father, I was created in your mind, a holy thought that never left its home. I am forever your effect, and you forever and forever are my cause. I am forever your effect, and you forever and forever are my cause. As you created me, I have remained. Where you established me, I still abide. And all your attributes abide in me, because it is your will to have a son so like his cause, that cause and its effect are indistinguishable. Let me know that I am an effect of God, and so I have the power to create like you. And as it is in heaven, so on earth. Your plan I follow here, and at the end I know that you will gather your effects into the tranquil heaven of your love, where earth will vanish, and all separate thoughts unite in glory as the Son of God. Let us today behold earth disappear, at first transformed, and then forgiven, fade entirely into God's holy will. I am forever your effect, and you forever and forever are my cause. You can just allow these words to penetrate into the mind. I am forever an effect of God. And that's a long time. He even says forever and forever in the lesson.
And if you didn't do it yet, you can ask, what does that mean? That must mean that you have access, not just access to, but you are the power of God. That there is a wonderful tranquility and trust. But there is nothing outside. You're not an effect of an outside world. You're an effect of God. You're not at the mercy of anything or anyone. You don't have any problems.
Yay.
Because that would mean that God has problems. If you're an effect of God, you couldn't have problems. There is not even anything to fix.
And he doesn't say I am sometimes an effect of God. I am forever an effect of God.
Not the human body, but you, the mind. The human body would be the defense against it. An attempt to lock God out and have a little space of some autonomy and wild illusions.
Just read this morning that Jesus calls the body a little remnant of attack. A little remnant of attack.
Now we can, if we still believe we are the body, we have feelings seemingly in the body, we can allow it to be used for this highest good. It can serve if we allow it to take that direction. We allow ourselves to take that direction to serve our own awakening and healing. The other day, some people said they couldn't even hear the lesson. And I thought today about, the ears here. So open your ears, but then open your inner ears. And I saw 2 ears sitting in the heart. So you may feel like your inner ears are in the heart. You listen with your heart. That's one way to use the body. If that makes sense to you. If it doesn't, you don't have to do that. But every moment has a key to your awakening. Every moment. There is nothing that is in the way, unless you want to use it to be in the way. The body is never a problem. But the present moment is the key. Let me know that I am an effect of God, and so I have the power to create like you, God. There is nothing my holiness cannot do. You will gather your effects into the tranquil heaven of your love. I think that's what God is doing now. So we're practicing really going within. Here at the community, we have silent days. And it's all about letting the inner stillness take the lead. Seek you first the kingdom of heaven. Take a step back. Peace comes to the mind that is still and silent. You cannot come into a busy mind because a busy mind has a wall. First, we need to allow the silence. And you're not cut off in that silence. You're not alone. The whole point is to find the joining of spirit, of the truth. Because only then can you join with others anyway. There is no joining in form. To find that inner connection. To allow it. It's always there. Present. Very, very restful. At the same time as it's awake. The memory of God comes to the quiet mind. It cannot come where there is conflict. For a mind at war against itself remembers not eternal gentleness. But if there's something you would like to put on the altar, something that is in the way of this tranquil mind, you're welcome. Just say a few words to put it on the altar.
Vilasa.
I don't know exactly what it is, but just there's some heaviness in my chest, in this part of my body. And yesterday we watched a movie, and then there was so much sense of injustice, and yeah, now just maybe connect with this sense again. But I actually don't know. I just like to put in the altar. Just this heaviness in my mind and my body. Thank you.
Is there something you haven't communicated to Jonas?
If there's something that I didn't communicate to Jonas.
Could be something that you need to say, to speak.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I see that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. A deep sense of injustice, and talk about food, it's like, why I have to eat the food that you like, and all this thoughts. And in my mind, I try to let it go, and I try to accept. So I try to say, it's not, I don't know, I try just to understand it's not about the food for itself. It's just this idea of why it has to be in your way. Yeah. Maybe can.
Yeah, maybe talk to him, and if you want to do it now, you can turn off the video and then come back if you like. But rather than talking here to us about it, I think have the communication you needed to have.
Yeah, it is more, I don't even know, because when he tried, I cannot do this alone. It's almost like this. I want to explore and see. It's like there is no answer in my words, And he say, I ask you when you go to the supermarket, then
When I don't feel he's here, he's sitting next to you. So I think talk to him and then come back.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Bell says something to offer to the altar. Peter?
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
I would like to put on the altar the belief that a part of me thinks that being separate is being free.
Tiny mad idea.
Yeah.
Mm. Thank you. That's good you're looking at that. Mm.
I was particularly triggered up by this morning's lesson. I woke feeling hateful, and then I felt hateful towards God when I was doing the lesson, and then you talked about the ears on your heart, So I just thought I'd look a bit deeper, and then okay, though I was really clear then that I could see the discernment between wanting to recognizing that I am part of God and have the powers of God. But even as I say that, I can feel a resentment. So I was just sitting with that in today's session.
Yeah, I think part of and one with are the same thing.
Sorry, could you say that again?
Part of God and one with God. It's
Yeah.
the same thing, because sometimes I think even I am a part of God, or I'm part of God, or the mind can still make a separation.
Mm.
As if you have different parts. As if one part of you may be part of God, but then some other parts too, or something.
Mm.
But yeah, the true freedom lies in being one with God, effect of God, result of God. You can put in different words. Result of God is the same as effect of God. It's a nice way of seeing it too. I'm a result of God. I'm an outcome of God, or yeah. Real freedom.
I've known of this part, but it just feels very clear this morning. It just came very clear, and this part that wants to be separate. I just think I just need to explore that today, with this lesson. It was a bit like what you said around joining with your father, how you expected one thing around your earthly father, that didn't happen. And it changed already this morning. It moved, put it that way. I was able to see underneath what I was feeling, but I can still feel that hatred. And I guess if I feel hatred to myself, I have to be feeling hatred to my father. If I am one with my father, that must be true, it seems to me.
Yeah. Then you were never Peter.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Yeah. Thank you, it's helpful. Yeah. It's a better way of seeing it, isn't it? Yeah. I can hear the if buts and things though. If only, and you know, like it could stay that way.
Then you just try again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it can't stay that way.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I have experienced that for, you know, what seems to be a decent period of time when it just felt easy and true and absolute and forever.
Yeah. The ego always wants to make death status quo, separation, the status quo, or the default state, you know. Those lighter states are just short little glimmers, and then the status quo or the default comes back, the separation. But that is also just a false belief. That is the way the ego tries to use time. You can look at that too. Wow. Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Laurie?
I feel sick and I feel like I don't want to speak. And I feel like I had a lot of feelings coming up after I shared yesterday morning. That's, yeah, I can see how that kind of influences this feeling of just not wanting to just say it. Yeah, I've had the Easter retreat in the Lake District on my mind quite a bit and wanting to share it. And then I had the idea, I don't even know if it's guidance, because I feel like the fear just infiltrates it and creates a whole load of doubt. But I had the idea to invite my mum. There's a lot of fear, a lot of strong feelings, and she messaged me this morning. And she'd messaged me a couple of weeks ago, but I didn't reply. But it's just 2 sentences. The first one said, she said, I would like to hear from you, Laurie. And even the way I'm reading it, like that's the way I'm reading it. I would like to hear from you, Laurie. And I felt really annoyed at that sentence. And then the second sentence, I'm thinking of you, and kisses. So I thought, oh, well, that, you know, that softens it. And just watching like the interpretation, the meaning I'm giving to those 2 sentences. And just really feeling a prompt to I watched Boy Erased a couple of nights ago. Oh God, it just affected me so much. But there was something about the way he communicates to his father at the end of that film, like so direct. We're not going to talk about nonsense anymore. If we can't talk real, that's it, we walk away from each other. And
Yeah. Well, we talked about here, writing what you're about, you know, maybe that's what you need to do now to your mother, write to her what you're about. And if she shares your purpose, if she's curious, about what you're about, yeah, then there is something to talk about. But if there is just nonsense roles, yeah, there is no need to try.
No, I know she is curious.
Mm.
Yeah, I do know she's open to. There's a lot of bitterness, I think, and a lot of judgment, but I do know she's open.
Yeah,
And
you could pray about. I was gonna say, you could pray about sending her a book, or something helpful.
Yeah.
Read, understand more what you are about.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of fear that if she does, I don't know, it's just if she turns up at that retreat and she's fiery and just, oh God, there's loads of fear. Yeah, but I hear what you say. She was actually the person that sent me the very first Course in Miracles quote, like 10 years before I found the course. She sent me it. That I just know it's time to heal this stuff. The anger and It was when you said at the retreat as well about you and your son that there'd been many lifetimes of like a severed bond or a separation through tragedy, and I just felt true. We've done this. We've been doing this on repeat forever. And it's time for healing. Yeah, and just it's really not wanting to be seen in the vulnerability. I can feel that. I think she's crying out for it as well, though. Yeah, I'll pray on it.
Well, as you know, it wouldn't be the first mother of a community member at a retreat. So,
Yeah, I think I felt inspired as well by Jonas's parents and the wedding. It was, there's loads I could say about that. Just how you get a picture of someone from how the child describes the parent, and it's just not. Everyone's opinion of people's is so different, where they see it through their own filters. Yeah. I think it's more just to say there's a willingness to let this come up, and regardless of the retreat, or she comes, she doesn't come, I want to bring this stuff up. Thank you.
Vanessa just sent me a message saying thank you. She said it was really helpful. They had to leave, so they had a helpful sharing, it sounds like. So we come back to I am forever an effect of God. Let us today behold earth disappear. At first transformed and then forgiven. Fade entirely into God's holy will. Forgiven, it will fade entirely into God's holy will. Sounds magnificent.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Hmm.
So our eyes on the world and allow ourselves to see the inner world, the light within. Who looks outside sleeps, who looks inside awakens. Love you.
Yeah, we love you so much. This big.
Big heart.